Hello and welcome. Today we'll discuss about the components of the RFID system in detail. We have talked about tag and reader previously. We have talked about the communication between the tag and reader. We have talked about the issues while establishing a communication between the tag and reader. So this tag and reader both together are two important components of an RFID system. The reader gets the identity of the and the information stored on the tag. A single RFID system can have multiple readers and tags together. Right? A single reader can see or can identify the multiple tags simultaneously and systematically. Parallelly, it is able to read the identity of each tag anonymously as well. Right? The reader is capable of storing the information into a tag as well as altering the state of the tag. So we can say that a reader can do read and write both operation on a tag depending upon the requirement of the system or the situation. So this information collected by the reader is almost useless if it is not transferred to some server or some network. Because after the transfer of this information, some computations will be done and the information will be retrieved and processed accordingly as per the needs. So if you are not been able to pass this information to the network or a server, then this information is almost useless. So the role of reader is almost useless without network or a server. So along with the tag and the reader, we can say network and server. These two are the another two important components along with the tag and the reader. This is the basic schematic block diagram or a functional block diagram of an RFID reader. The radio frequency carrier signal based on the information which is to be carried out or passed to the tag is modulated first. After the modulation, the signal is amplified. The amplified signal is then transmitted out or the radiated out via the antenna. In similar way, the electromagnetic waves radiated back by the tag are being received by the receiving antenna. This receiving antenna, after the information is being received or the electromagnetic waves which are being received, they are being amplified first. After the amplification, demodulation is done to extract the information which is to be sent out or the read from the antenna. This information is then processed as per the need of the reader. The most important part in the RFID reader is the antenna. Antenna is the most or only visible part of the reader which is stayed outside. This antenna is totally dependent, the size of the antenna is totally dependent on the radio frequency at which the reader wants to operate. It is directly proportional. Size of the antenna is directly proportional to the wavelength which has been required. Considering the example, the ultra-high frequency RFID system which are operating at a frequency of 865 MHz, the size of the reader antenna is almost 200 to 300 millimeter. That is, it is almost about 20 to 30 centimeter long. So this is a photograph of an ultra-high frequency RFID reader where this antenna, gray color antenna, is almost 20 to 30 centimeter long. The reader antenna of an high frequency system can be as large as 1 meter in size. So we can say that lower the operating frequency, higher the size of the antenna for the reader. The ultra high frequency reader can be designed to operate with single antenna or two antennas. The system which uses the two antennas is termed as a bistatic reader. In bistatic reader, one antenna is used to transmit the signal from the reader to tag, whereas the other antenna reads the signal propagated back by the reader. The two antennas are kept at some distance in order to avoid the transmission error or to avoid the collision as well. The collision may occur if the two antennas are kept together, or the interference can occur if the two antennas are kept together. It is also possible to design a reader with single antenna. Such systems are known as a monostatic reader. In this design, single antenna itself is capable enough to transmit and receive the radio frequency signal. The directional couplers and the circulators are used to separate, transmit, and receive the signals. The isolator has three parts. Transmitter is connected to port 1, antenna is connected to port 2, whereas receiver is connected at port 3. Transmitter passes on the radio frequency signals to from port 1 to port 2 through the antenna via circulator. In the same way, when antenna reads the information from the tag, that information or the radio frequency waves is be transmitted to port 2 through antenna, then it goes to port 3 from circulator and it has been received by the receiver. So this is how isolator has been able to separate out the transfer signals or the receive signals based on the requirement. The RFID tags are basically made up of the inductor in parallel with the capacitor. This could be easily designed to operate in high frequency bands. The inductance and the capacitance are chosen in such a way that they form a resonance circuit that resonates at 13.56 MHz. That resonance itself is capable enough to identify or to provide and sensing information to the tag. Whenever this tag is brought in close to the reader antenna, the tag induces a back EMF into the reader antenna, which then can be sensed by the reader. So this is the way how reader knows whether there is a tag available or is present or absent based on this sensing. So these tags are basically called as a one-bit tag and are very much useful in electronic article surveillance to protect the goods in the shops. An UHF tag, that is ultra high frequency tag with its antenna and the IC is shown in the following figure. This antenna geometry is chosen so that the terminal impedance of the antenna is equal to the complex conjugate of the IC terminal impedance. What it does is, this way maximum radio frequency power is delivered to the IC. The IC consists of the detector stage that rectifies the incoming radio frequency signal, and the capacitor acts like a filter, removing the ripple from it. The rectified and filter signal is then used to power up the electronics, which responds to the query sent by the reader by generating a bit stream. After that, this is used to modulate the load connecting in the shunt with the antenna and hence change the backscattered signal from the antenna. Next is RFID middleware. A typical RFID system can have several readers and tags operating at different frequencies or the frequency bands using various protocols, and several different applications are accessing these tags via the readers. So it is important to provide a seamless connectivity between the RFID hardware and the application by insulating the applications from the RFID hardware. In systems with large amount of raw RFID data which is being generated at the reader's end, and it is necessary to perform some kind of pre-processing of the data before that information is passed on to the application. Such tasks are performed by the software subsystem which is known as RFID middleware. This RFID middleware consists of three parts: the device interface, core processing interface, and the application interface. So this RFID middleware basically lies in between RFID hardware and RFID applications in order to maintain or have the seamless communication. The device interface is the link between the RFID hardware and the core processing interface. The device interface provides the necessary functionality to establish a communication or the connection between the core processing interface and RFID hardware. This device interface makes one of the most important component of the middleware, and it is also known as the edgeware. This interface enables the RFID system to discover, manage, and control the readers and tags, both of them. In the large deployment or the large scale RFID system, which are consisting of several different hardware devices manufactured by several different manufacturers and having different kinds and having the discovering and configuring them will be a difficult and tedious task. Along with that, the physical distance can add another dimension to this problem. So all these problems or the issues are looked after by the device interface. The second and most important component of the middleware is the core processing interface. This core processing interface is responsible for decision making, which is also termed as the decision making component of the middleware. The core processing interface gets the raw data from the RFID tag, and that information or the data read from the RFID tag or the RFID hardware is being processed by the core processing interface. The core processing interface manages and manipulates the large amount of raw data or the large amount of RFID data before passing to the application server. It can be any server or any processing unit which needs or operates with that data. This processing is also sometimes referred to as filtering. So it helps to remove the partial data errors wala data, duplicate data, or the redundant data. So all these operations are being performed by the core processing interface. So basically the application has enough control over the way the core processing interface filters the raw data. So based on the application's requirement, core processing interface works, and based on the application requirement, it provides the appropriate data to the application server. Data is reduced by the means of filtering, and the only important data or the needed data has been transferred to the application interface or the application server. This information flow takes place in the reverse order as well. That means the information can be transferred from core processing interface to the application server, or it can be received from the application and provided to the RFID hardware. So the both way communication can be done with the help of core processing interface. The core processing unit converts the business rule or the logics or whatever the calculations or the manipulations which are done by the application into corresponding device, and the instructions are then passed to the device interface, which after the device interface are then passed to the appropriate devices, that is the hardware or the tags, whichever is necessary. Application interface is the last component of the RFID middleware. The application interface forms a boundary or intermediary between the core processing interface and the enterprise application. These enterprise applications can be a data warehouse application or warehouse management applications, ERP applications, or supply chain management applications. So it is also a form of edgeware, which is responsible for delivering the RFID data to and from both ways to the enterprise applications. The communication between the application interface and the core processing interface takes place using a uniform format. However, the application interface interacts with the different kinds of application depending upon the vendors, the service providers, or the manufacturers, and so it uses different formats compatible with each of the applications. So therefore, one of the important tasks of the application interface is to convert the data from application specific format to a common format, which is being used by the core processing interface. The advantage of this design is that if a new application needs to be integrated into the existing RFID system, so it is sufficient enough to modify the application interface to integrate that RFID middleware with a new application. So this is all sums up the components of the RFID system, starting from RFID tags, RFID readers to the RFID middleware.